All right, this video is going to be our attempt at doing Halloween on a budget. So my youngest turns 14. She's still very excited about Halloween. We never really decorated much for Halloween. We just put the pumpkins out front and, maybe little spider webs here and there on the porch. But we were never really into it. The wife and I were kind of walking the neighborhood tonight, and there's just a bunch of people doing almost like Christmas decorations for Halloween. It's crazy. So we figured we'd join in, try to do it as cheap as we can, but do something that's kind of fun and a little bit of a project. This is going to take a couple of days. This is not just a go to the store, buy something and stick it out there. Some of the items are, so we bought this dog. This was the one kind of plastic purchase that we made that we can just kind of set up. It's, so that's fun. I think we'll stick him on the front porch. I think he's got like a motion sensor, so that way when the kids come up and grab candy, they'll get set off by that. So we've got this foam. Our goal is to create like a graveyard. And so we're going to cut out 6 or 8 or 10, whatever we can get out of this, a couple different sizes of gravestones. This is just 3/4 inch foam board. Got a bunch of spray paint, so we'll spray them, kind of decorate them like gravestones. And then I've got a vinyl cutter at work that I'm going to vinyl cut out sayings that we'll stick on them and just kind of airbrush over to make them look old. Got some spider webs, got some bones that we can set around the stones and look like maybe some people are trying to come out of the ground, stuff like that. So, and then I got one more thing that'll be part of this video, but it's got to be a little hush hush. So this is kind of put it up in here. So we got this little creepy thing too. I was trying to show you this. I don't want to hit the button because I don't want it to make noise. So stay tuned. You'll see how we're going to use this later. It's going to be fun. All right. Hope you have fun with this video. I know we're going to probably have a great time doing this. All right. So I've got the first ones done. These are, what are they? These are about 16 by 24, right? Yeah, it's 16 by 24. So I think this will be considered like my mid-size. I've got 6 of these already, right? 6 of those. So that'll be good. I think the graveyard will look better if it's got a lot of, a quantity more. So I think I want to try to do 2, maybe one big one. I want to do one with Beetlejuice. And that might be the middle one. Do one nice big one and do that as Beetlejuice, because we're going to go see the movie here when it comes out. And I think it'd just be fun. I love that movie. So do that as one of them. And then I'll try to do a bunch of small stuff with whatever I have left. So maybe I do the Beetlejuice one, like double this size. So like 24. Shoot, I might just take up. I might just go to the whole thing. I could even go wider. You know what I need? I do need some scrap though, because I want to glue on borders and stuff to give dimension to some of these. So I don't want to use all of this to make stones out of. I need to be able to make some strips. So that would be, that stone, if I do a double stone, that's a lot bigger. And then I can probably glue some stuff on top of it too. So I think I'll do the Beetlejuice stone and my big stone. I'll just do one big stone and I'll do it like that. Maybe a little bit taller, maybe a little bit wider. And then I'll do a couple smaller stones just to kind of add in, fill in here and there. And then I'll use the rest of that top scrap for being able to add shapes. If I want to put a cross on top of one of them, or if I want to just do borders, I think that'll be good. And that'll be a total of, so that would 6, this would be 7. Then I could do some half stones, so that would be 8, 9. That'd be a total of 11. That'd be good. Actually, I could probably just do 6, 7, 8. I could probably just do 9 and save all of that, because I think it would be cool to do some outlines and stuff on this stuff. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to mark this one off like this. And so this will be my Beetlejuice stone, like that. And that's going to get bigger because I got to figure out some way to, I want to make it look a little bit more like the movies, although that's going to be very difficult, but I want it to look a little bit. So they've got some skeletons and all kind of stuff. I'm going to try to do something similar. You know what? I could just cut this all the way up and do my 2 small stones out of that and use this. That's going to be better. I'm just going to cut this all the way down here. Like that. This stuff's super easy to work with. Just kind of score it through and then snap it. So this will be my scrap that I'll use to make all my other pieces out of. And I could get one more stone out of that if I need to. And then this one here, I'm going to cut it like that. For my one big stone in the middle. Okay, there's that one. And then I'm going to cut this one in half. This is not a science. Doesn't really matter. And do 2 little small stones out of those. Okay, perfect. And I'll show you what I need by that, but essentially every stone will have a little base. We'll cut it out of that. So that every stone will get a strip at the bottom. And then off the top, like I say, some of them will have crosses or some of them will have like house structures so you can glue pieces on to give it 3D depth. And it'll just make it, instead of everything just being flat, which would be boring. So that'll be good. And if I have plenty left over, I'll do another stone. So that works out good. So what I want to do next is start drawing some shapes on these, which I'm going to let my daughter do because she was going to do that part. She's helping with that. So I'm going to let her draw the shapes and then I'll cut them out. So we'll get to that next. All right, so I've got my first test one done here. I am going to do another test because I don't know how this stuff's going to react to spray paint. I know that sometimes spray paints will eat this stuff. So I definitely want to test it first before I ruin a bunch of them. So I just gave the pile to my daughter. She's gonna start drawing up the edges, and then tomorrow we'll cut them all out. Cut a bunch of the details for them, glue those on, and then paint them. Because step 1's going to be to get these all painted. And I'm not sure. So I have 2 paints. I have an all black. Initially, I was thinking a lot more black, but that's because I was, again, like I said earlier, I was thinking I was buying pink. And so I thought I was going to cover up pink. So I was going to do black as a base and then come over the top with gray. But these things are already gray. They're almost already stone color. So I might just try hitting these with a little bit of black edging. Like that. And then come back with gray. Heck, even just, shoot, that's almost like perfect. Without any gray on it. I might have done a little too much black. It's going to be a little bit of an experiment. Well, it's easy to cover up with the gray once you do. Oh yeah, that looks really good. I think just a little bit of mixing and it looks like a stone. I'll bring you in here and show you since you can't really see it up close, but you know, something like that. And then put the lettering on that. Shoot, that'd be perfect. In the dark, you won't even notice. And then I think I just might do the edges and all, you know, the edges in the back either in all gray or all black. We'll see. No one's going to see the back. I'm thinking black on the back. I have a lot of black. I bought it all. I might as well use it. You know. Let's see if I can hit these edges. So I had said this was on a budget. This stuff here, obviously, these cans of spray paint are like $3 a piece, and then the board was like 25. So we should be able to do all of these stones for like 35 bucks. You can't even buy one stone from the store for less than $12. So this is definitely, if you want to make gravestones, this is an easy way to do it. And if you want to make a lot of them, this is definitely the way to do it. All right, I'm going to let that dry, flip it over, paint the back all black. But yeah, I like it a lot. I like it. Which is that? It's black and this is gray. Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. Looks like stone. And that lettering will go on there. Should look really good. And I think I'll just come over the top once I put the black letter on, just spritz it a little bit, and that'll give it an aged look, and it'll be done. And that'll go really quick. I should be able to paint all of it in 10 minutes once I get them all set up and just lay them out. Hopefully it doesn't look like it's eating the foam or attacking the foam in any way. So I think it'll be all right. Might put a little bit of spray paint on that dog too to make him look a little bit more real. Give him some highlights in the dark areas like the ears and stuff, maybe in the mouth. Maybe paint the inside of his mouth black or something. It might look a little better. We'll see. All right. I'll bring you back once we have them all cut out and ready for, or I should say once they're all drawn and getting ready to cut out. All right. Day 2 of this project. I've got them all cut out, and now I'm going to glue on just some little accent pieces, give them some depth before I paint them. I figure I'll probably have to do this, glue them on, and then you can see I did a little test painting. That's kind of what I'm going for. Did a couple different styles. So I've got the hot glue gun out now. I'm just going to glue these up and then take them out to the yard and just start painting them. I still got to figure out what I'm going to do with that big one. Haven't decided on that yet. I'll probably just stick a bunch of stuff to it and make it look cool. So pick a shape, cut it, and then stick a bunch of stuff to it. So, all right, continue with the gluing. All right, we're on to painting. You can get a little closer too. Yeah, there you go. Just don't spray paint your feet. Oh. Here's one we did that's done. And now this is in the process. And when you have like this stuff where, see how there's like black writing, hit that a little harder. That way that goes away.
Okay.
But yeah, that's good. And you can see how I get some areas, like all of a sudden I get a little black dark spot here. Like see, this is dark here. You can get closer in one spot and do a little, because that's how the rock would look more.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And then do your edges. And then that's good. And then I'll come back with the gray. So then what we're doing after we get it all, the edges blacked up, we'll obviously have to flip these over and do this on the back too. But after we get the edges blacked up, then we've got this primer that's more gray. And we're just kind of real subtle putting gray tones like that. And then that's the final result. So there's one, there's two. So pretty easy, going pretty well. I don't really know how much, this really isn't gonna take that much paint. Yeah, that looks good though. All right, we'll finish them all up, then we'll walk you through. All right, I don't know if you can see this or not because it's getting really dark, but they're all done. So we got 3, 6, 9 of them. And this one here is gonna be our big main Beetlejuice one. So we got all different sizes. Tomorrow we're gonna bring home the cutter and cut phrases for each one, put some dates on them, stuff like that. All right, we will see you back here tomorrow. All right, well, tonight was the first experiment of putting words on the stones. We just printed them out and then traced them on. Because this was foam, we could push really hard and would indent them. It's hard to see probably on camera, but let's just indent it. And then we're just coming back and painting them in. It's pretty slow, and the problem is most of the sayings are long and they get very wordy. The funny ones are wordy. This isn't going to work for that. So we just did a couple of them to try it out. We're going to come up with a different technique for doing more words quicker. So got some different ideas. Probably do that tomorrow. We'll finish up these 3 that we did with this technique, and then we'll try something different. So stay tuned. We'll see what we can do to make this process faster, because it ain't gonna work for 10 stones doing this way. Our arm's gonna fall off. All right, I'm getting back at this Halloween project. So I'll turn the these stones pretty much done. I got 2 more to do tonight, and then we're gonna start setting them up. So I got some stakes out there I just painted. The plan is to stake these things down and then hot glue the stones onto the stake. So I'll drive the stake in the ground and then hot glue it on the back of it. And then I'll take you out here, kind of the start of the light show. Still trying to figure out how I'm going to organize this, but I've got these Christmas lights that I can change to any color. They're kind of cool. It's from a company called Orchestra of Lights. And so I think I'm going to try to put these in place somehow. I just kind of brought them out here and stood them up right now. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to use them, whether I'm going to lay them on the ground or keep them standing up, or maybe a little combination. But I think it'll be cool to have these involved. So get the stones out here and start placing them around. I don't know if I'm going to do them maybe up the driveway, along the driveway. I don't know. Something. So, but get them out here and get them staked, and then make some decisions on the lighting. Right. All right, this is starting to come together. So, got the little graveyard right here along the sidewalk. So, when kids come up, this is actually the direction you would come from. I got one more falling down right there, but essentially you would come up like this. As you walk to the front door, you get the nice graveyard feel. So, I still got to put some words on that one and that one. All right, so I've settled it on this. Got the bush orange. Got the dog on the porch, by the way. So we'll finish up this area and as we get closer. So the dog's on the porch. I think we'll end up putting like a hay bale or something there with our pumpkins there. And then you come down. I've got them on red now. It glows a lot better with it on solid red, so you can read them better. I think I'm still going to do something with the Beetlejuice to make Beetlejuice light up. I'd like to put maybe some sort of white light on Beetlejuice to make him stand out. And again, we got to still do those 2 in the next day or 2. But they look really good. Even though some of my paint peel, like on that one, the paint peel, but I think it actually looks good that way. I'm going to leave it. Make some of them look older than others. And so, yeah, I mean, the overall, as you walk up, is really cool. So we still got to add the bones. We're going to do that in the next day or 2. We got to glue these on. I didn't glue them to the stakes. I just have them sitting there. So we'll glue them to the stakes. And then we've got some spider webs to put up and stuff like that. So we're about halfway there, but I think the lighting looks good, and I think the orientation looks good. All right, so I'm finished up. I'm going to give you a daytime view, just a walk through, kind of see how everything looks in the final daytime. And then I'll do a quick nighttime view, and that'll just wrap this video up. I'll probably post a little update on Halloween, but I want to get this video out there before Halloween, so if anybody else wants to try to do this, you've got time still. So, added some spider webs, got all the stones glued on and put some webs on them. If you'd like to see my sayings, I'll spend a minute and show you each one. I still do have 2 stones. My daughter is being busy and hasn't had a chance to get to those 2, but we'll get them here in the next couple days. So I did add this light. You'll see this tonight. I have a light there. It really shines well. I also moved the dog here just because I thought this was funny to have next to the dog. And then I got the pumpkins over here with more spider webs and the hay bale and whatnot. So the one thing I think I'm going to try to do, and again, come back and check it out on Halloween night, is I'm going to get some dry ice and put a bucket or 2 of dry ice out here. So I think it'll look a lot cooler if it's fogged up at night. And if it's like rolling fog through here, it'll be a lot scarier. And I'll probably add some music and stuff on Halloween night. So I'll do a short video and put it out on Halloween, just so you can see kids coming up and see their reactions and see what they think. So, all right, I'll come back one more time, show the nighttime view, and then that'll be the end of this video. So, again, guys, my name is Doug. Appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all those things. It really helps me out. And remember, never stop moving. I'll see you on the next one.